huge welcome to ETimes, and we are so happy to have you joining with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
On that note, Tota, I want to start with you. A huge congratulations for Feluda.
Thank you.
He is one of the most iconic characters and creations of Satyajit Ray. Several actors like Sabyasachi Chakraborty and Soumitra Chatterjee had earlier portrayed him. So, as an actor, were there challenges in finding your own style and understand Satyajit Ray's vision at the same time?
Honestly, the names that you've mentioned, Soumitra Babu and Sabyasachi Chakraborty, they're such high mountains that even trying to look up to them will make me topple backwards. So
True.
what I realized early on, that instead of trying to be like them or trying to even have the temerity to copy them, it is better
Yeah.
I find my own path.
Mhm.
And because I believe that as my duty as an actor, the holy grail of acting is to fulfill my director's vision,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So the first thing I said, I called up Srijit and said that since you've selected me, I want you to guide me and tell me about your vision. What I have read, and I've read the story several times.
Yeah.
I have started as a fanboy, but I told him that I need to understand your vision because this is the first time I'm working with you, and I want to be guided by your vision, and that's what I have been doing for the last number of seasons that I've been doing.
Again, at the same time, playing a larger than life character, which also has a universal appeal, comes with a lot of responsibility. So, what's the best way to deal with that pressure?
Is not to even think of it.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
The pressure will get you once you start thinking about the expectations.
Yeah.
See, it's like seven blind men trying to decipher what an elephant looks like.
True.
Somebody will touch the trunk and say that it's long, and somebody will touch the leg and say no, it's big and pillarish. What I believe that each one has his or her own version of Feluda.
Exactly.
The question that I need to ask is what my director has his understanding of Feluda and try to portray that. That was what my brief was to myself, and that's what I've been doing.
I really like your approach towards, picking Feluda and the way you are looking at it.
Thank you.
Anirban, before I start off with Bomkesh, I wanted to say that I really like the trailer of Bollapure Roopkatha. I think
thank
I
you
just
very
watched
much.
it 2-3 days ago, and it's scary, it's very intriguing, and I'm really keen on watching the film.
Thank you.
The upcoming series of Bomkesh will also have you as the creative director.
Yes.
Right? And how excited are you about the same? And I think you recently shared that this time the story will be based on Chorabali, which is one of your favorites.
No, this time it will be based on Chiliakhana.
You had mentioned Chorabali
No,
somewhere.
Chorabali we did last year.
Okay.
It was the last season of Bomkesh,
Okay.
Chorabali. So
Okay.
this time it's Chiliakhana.
So, as you had mentioned that this was one of your most favorite,
very favorite.
things to work on. So,
Yes.
what was it about it that really attracted you?
The other people, except Bomkesh and Ajit and Chowdhury. I
Mhm.
think this is the most people-oriented stories of Chowdhury Anirban Bhattacharya. That attracts me more. And we are trying to bring some changes in Bomkesh approach of storytelling, approach of deducing things, and the treatment of a sleuth story.
Yeah.
For that, Chiliakhana is a great story because it involves lots of different kind of people in a single story.
Again, at the same time, since you'll be directing as well as play Bomkesh Da, have there been creative conflicts in your head donning both the hats?
I'll not direct Bomkesh. It will be directed by Sudipta Roy. He's a very
Yeah.
very promising director. He made some beautiful films, short length and full feature films. So he's one of my favorite director, emerging new favorite director. So that's not a tension that I'm gonna direct it and act it. I have
Yeah.
a director, but I think it will create a little bit of problem in set.
Because
that
you
I have
are
to,
a director
Yes, I have
too.
to look after of no because not because I am a director now. It's because I have to look after so many things that the costumes are okay, and the settings and the dialogues and the pattern of the speech, pacing of the story. As a creator, I have to look after all of this along with the director. So I think I'm walking towards a very new, dense experience in my life.
Are you more like a perfectionist?
No, I don't believe in the word perfection. because our beauty is our imperfection.
True, exactly. Tota, since you've been a prominent face in Bengali cinema as well as Bollywood, I'm not gonna lie, we want to see you more in Bollywood. How do you assess your craft among your contemporaries who are also switching mediums?
No, my contemporaries are people who have been working in multi
Yeah.
industries. They're all very good actors to begin with, and more important than being good actors, they are very adaptable.
True.
And this way, I can tell you the Bengali film industry has trained us because of the structure of the industry has trained us in such a way that we are very adaptable. Firstly, we do not have this opulence to bask on. So we have to do a lot more with a lot less.
Yeah.
Every sphere of our industry has to do with this. So when we go to the other industries, other rich, bigger,
Yeah, exactly.
in terms
Bigger
of
canvas.
Yeah, bigger canvas, bigger reach, periphery. We find it easy to work there because, for example, I can give you, I can share my experience with you. When I work in, say, in Bombay, I find it so easy to work because everything is structured. All I need to do is to go to my man, do my makeup, and be ready to be called for, give my shot, go back home. Here, most of the times, we have to multitask even if we don't want to.
Okay.
Yes. So it's like, for example, I was shooting for one Viluda where I wasn't required for the shot. So I was controlling the crowd.
Okay.
Yes, I said, because they knew me and because when I requested, they listened to me. They were not listening to the other people from the production. So I went out there and controlled the crowd. This is unthinkable in Bombay or any other industry.
I think it's very structured in
They're
Bollywood.
very struck. They have their
Yeah.
people. They know that. And honestly, like I said, we have to do a lot more with a lot less. We today have around 20 days of shoot time in most of the films, whereas an average Hindi film is being shot in 60 days.
Yeah.
So we have to do the same thing in 1/3 of it.
And to take care of a lot of other
A lot of
things
other
in that
things.
same time.
Yes. So the adaptability of our actors are such that you will see a lot more Bengali actors doing a lot more work in all the other industries
Exactly.
of this nation.
Anirban, as a director, do you think we are witnessing a revival in Bengali cinema and content, especially due to the digital platforms? Because we are seeing a lot of new subjects being explored, and many new genres are also being explored now. How do you look at it?
Yes, I think in Bengal it's also happening right now. It's a lot of new kind of work, a lot of new kind of storytelling. I think there is every kind of people there.
Yeah.
So we have to cater all the people with different kind of storytelling.
True.
I'm not saying that this kind of storytelling should stop now. No, because every kind of audience is there. And for now in Bengal, every kind of stories are being made successfully.
Exactly. Especially, I think, in a platform like Hoichoi,
Yes.
there are
It
many
opens
different
up
kind of
a
shows.
lot of window for artists, for writers, for technicians.
Yeah.
So it's the thing is happening in the globe, in the world entertainment territory. It's also happening in Bengal. Yes, we're regional part, but though that's the most strongest part of ours.
And I think Bengali cinema is one of the, I would say it's one of the most creative art forms which is very rich in culture and heritage at the same
That's
time.
our history, right? But
Yeah.
yes, but we should not chase that. We
Yeah.
should create our own, with our own golden era.
True.
You have explored every medium of entertainment, be it web shows, content creation, direction, and more. Now, with the number of shows and competition coming in, what is your approach in enhancing your stardom and, finding a place for yourself in the industry?
I should stand aside the runway of competition because I lost all the competition in my life, every one of them. Is it running or jumping or that kind of stuff? Komla lebu doud. I've been lost in every competition. So whether it is competition, I'm out of it.
Okay.
I do theatre, I do films, I do acting for my own satisfaction, fun, and life. So life is not a competition, right?
True.
We are chosen people. We have a human being life. We have a
Yeah.
human life, and this is for one in this planet. This is a fascinating opportunity
True.
that you are in this earth as a human being. This is not a competition. This is an opportunity. To grab this opportunity with full of life is my priority of doing art. That's all.
You know, I wanted to ask you one more thing. Your web series Mondar is one of the most finest or most fine directorial works to date. And Shakespeare's Macbeth has been adapted into films, web series, and theatre productions all over the world. And there's even one in Bollywood by Vishal Bhardwaj.
Yes.
So, you know, when a piece of art of that value gets recreated, are you worried about comparisons, or how do you look at it?
Yes, definitely. I was worried, but we have some confidence on our content because, adapting Shakespeare is a very regular practice
True.
in the whole world.
It's recreated quite
Yes,
often.
many times,
Yeah.
many times in theatre, in films. So we were not doing any new stuff, right? Chalo, ebar thale Shakespeare kori, not like that.
Exactly.
It is adapting years after years after years. So, kind of, it's continuing a legacy. It was
Yeah.
continuing a legacy of plays converted into films or series. That was not the part of worry. Worry was that how can we fit the stories of Shakespeare in our Bengali regional and rural context? That was
To
the
make
tough
it connect
part.
with the
Yes,
people here.
Yes, that was the tough part. Create the script, create the people, create the characters. People enjoyed it, so we are happy, very happy.
You know, Tota, since you have explored Bollywood as well as Bengali cinema, you know, I would say that Bengali films are to date known for their innovative stories and the amazing emotional appeal that they have. But you know, when I see it on a pan India scale, it's only South films that have a larger audience recognition. What do you think is holding back Bengali cinema? Because I think it really deserves more credit than it is getting right now.
See, I was, this is a very pertinent question that you asked me. And just a few days back, I was researching about how the other industries survived, adapted, and grew. So, what I realized was that the first things that they did was to increase their reach,
Yeah.
right? And that is where we lagged, where our films are concerned. So, today, a Gujarati film opens in New Zealand with great numbers,
True.
right? Forget about the South Indian films. They have fantastic openings everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And we should remember that Bengali is the sixth most spoken language in the world. So imagine the potential that we have. But somehow we didn't explore that, which is being explored by the OTT platforms. So a lot of our films are watched on OTT. So the numbers are there on OTT, but the numbers are not there in the box office. But the box office is the gold standard.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
It's a way of measuring a film's success.
Irregardless, even the biggest industry in the world, they will check their box office collection to announce them as successful or not so successful projects.
Yeah.
That is where we are lagging. So if some enterprising gentlemen, they get together and say that fine, today we take these territories and make distribution of Bengali films a priority, and over a certain period of time, and do it seriously as a primary business, not just as a secondary or a tertiary business, then I'm sure even the films today, we would be, the Bengali films would compete with the best in the next 5 to 7 years.
It should, because the kind of stories which Bengali content and cinema has, it's very different, innovative.
And see, what he did with Mondar was remarkable because he adapted an international story and put it into a very local context. And every character was identifiable. Yes, people could understand, yes, I've seen this character somewhere. I've seen somebody like him somewhere. It's not that it's an alien character or an alien concept. So, we need to put our sensibilities out there We were
Yeah.
renowned for that. We still have it. We have the stories. We have the talent.
Yeah.
All we need is to put it out there.
So, do you think we are still a long way to go in achieving that?
Yes, we need to do, we need to push ourselves a lot, but similarly, I think the Bengali population of the world should have a little bit more faith on Bengali content. So that is also needed.
You know, being very honest, my dad till date he roots for Bengali cinema more than anything else.
Yes, yes, yes.
And he'll bring up movies and films like Chokher Wali. Like, you know, these are the iconic films that have been made.
See, these things are depending on a lot of stuff. It's political change, and I don't want to go to a very cheap conversation, but you
Yeah.
know, it's about a lot of things. The statistical, the economical history of your state, the political history of your state. There is a lot of things involved. But right now, we pledge to our audience. We just want to request out there, whoever is Bengali audience, just have a little faith. We're trying very hard. We're doing
Exactly.
night and day work. So we're trying very hard.
Exactly.
Just have a little faith on us.
You know, Tota, there was another thing I wanted to ask to you, but I missed it. So, you know, when you first started out, you did play a lot of grey characters, if I'm not wrong. And how did you ensure to break that typecast and choose scripts? And has your creative process evolved with time now?
So these are two questions actually. So I'll go for the first part.
Yeah.
The film industry is such a place that you don't plan for the film industry. The film industry plans for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
so-
get typecasted very
Yeah,
easily.
so what happens was when I started up, there were around 35 films being made annually. Television was not really that big. So, and a lot many actors were vying for those roles. So, just to survive, just to show my face on the screen, just to be relevant as an actor, I had to do whatever came my way. So I didn't have the luxury to sit back and plan and have a mentor mentoring me or telling me you should do this or I will make a film for you. I didn't have those luxuries. So I made do with whatever was there. But after a while, see, this is the beauty of the film industry. Every era will have a few people who will try to identify talent.
Yeah.
Or maybe try to find something in the actor who's not really making waves. When Ritu Porno cast me, there were a lot of raised eyebrows. He's such a mediocre actor. Why is he casting me? So I asked Ritu the same question once. Why did you cast me? There are such wonderful actors out there who would have fit your bill. He said two things. The reason why I cast you were two things. One is, I saw you play two characters on television, and luckily, there were two serials that I was doing at that point of time. So one ended at 9:30, one started at 9:30.
Was it Ekhane Akash
No,
Neem?
it was much previous to that.
Okay.
So it was Ingit and it was football. In Ingit, I play the son, one of the four siblings of an industrial family.
Okay.
Half of my dialogues were in English for
Okay.
Bengali serial then. And in football, I play a lower middle class footballer whose only aspiration is to get a job by playing football. So he saw that and he said that I think I can work with him. And secondly, he said that, more importantly, he said that you don't have any baggage, hence you don't ask me questions, hence you don't doubt my decisions.
Fair
Best
enough.
part of it is that I tell you to do something, you do it without any questions, and that is what I learned. So that was how I was cast, and then I learned a lot of my craft from the great actors that I worked with, from Soumitra Babu to Haradhan Bandyopadhyay to Shoposhachi Chakraborty to all the superstars like Bumba Das and Proshenji Chatterjee or Chiranjeev Chakraborty. Each had his own way of approach, and since I'm not a trained actor,
Yeah.
so I just stumbled onto acting. So I used to observe them a lot. Even when I didn't have shots, I used to sit on the sets and observe them. Why is he a star? Why is Chiranjeev Chakraborty? Why is Proshenji Chatterjee such big stars? What do they have? What do they do? Why is Shoposhachi Chakraborty so loved? What is Soumitra Chatterjee's secret of his craft? What does he do? So I used to observe and absorb. So that's how I adapted. And then, as you said that, yes, some directors gave me those elusive opportunities, and I tried to make good of it. And of course, fate has a lot of hand
Exactly.
in it. And today here I am after almost 25 years.
So now are you a bit choosy about scripts?
I have
And-
always been choosy for the last 10 years. Always. Even when I was going through a very bad financial patch and I needed to work to survive, I was in negotiation. I thought, okay, I'll sign this film and I'll just shut my eyes and keep my conscience at home and do it for my stomach, for my family. But then at night when I slept, I couldn't sleep properly. And my sleep is a great indicator whether I'm at peace or whether something's good for me
Okay.
or whether I'm not. So if I do not sleep well, either I'm excited about the role or I hate that role. So I wasn't excited about the role. So I said, no, next
Okay.
morning I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. Even today, I'm very choosy. I choose my projects very well because the reason why I'm sitting here after 25 years and still being somewhat relevant is because of my choosiness.
You're not somewhat relevant, you're very, very relevant right
Thank
now.
you. Thank
And
you.
in fact, my next question was about that since you have a great hold over the audience, aren't you hungry for a pan India appeal that way?
Yes, I am, and I hope. See, what is happening is that a lot of our regional actors are being cast as secondary or tertiary characters.
Yeah, that also
My
happens.
explanation is very simple. If Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo were in the field for 10 minutes for each match, they wouldn't have scored that many goals.
True.
So if you want to see my game, give me a longer part, give me a longer time to play in the field, and then I will score a goal and show you what I'm capable of. Unless you give me that span or you could give me that role, how do you expect me to show my talent? It's a myth that 5 minutes में आया और करके दिखा दे.
नहीं
It's not,
होता
it
है,
doesn't
exactly.
happen.
Screen time also matters
It
a lot.
matters a lot.
So thank you so much, Tota and
Thank you.
Anirban, for
Thank
doing
you
this with
very
me.
much.
I had a great time chatting with you, and I really look forward to more of your shows and more such interesting conversations. Thank you.
Thank you. Try to
Thank you.